Hello everyone. So in this video session we are going to write a custom function that creates a copy of a string. Now if you are comfortable using the library string functions, then you might be knowing about string copy function, that is strcpy function, which accomplishes the task of creating a copy of a given string. So first of all, we would see how this string copy library string copy function is used, and then we are going to create our own custom function to which accomplishes this task of creating a copy of a string. Now to use the library function, we need to include the string.h header file. So let us first include the string.h header file, which has the prototype of library string manipulation functions. Now let us declare a string, a character pointer which holds a string that we want to create a copy of. Let's say this string is Dues Academy, and we want to create a copy of it in an array, in a character array. Let's say its name is destination, dest, which stands for destination. So we want to create a copy of it in this destination array. Now we would be using the inbuilt string copy function to accomplish the task. So here if you see, string copy function takes two parameters, two character pointers. First one is the address of destination array in which a copy has to be created, and this one is address of the source string of which a copy has to be created, and it returns back the address of destination array. So we would be using string copy function, and first we would pass the address of destination array. So here dest holds the address of this destination array, and s holds the pointer to the source string. So we have made a call to string copy function, and now we'll have to check whether the destination array indeed contains a copy of the source string or not. So you would be using a puts function. Puts function prints a string on the console. So we could have used printf also with %s, but instead we are using puts function. Let us build this code and see. Yeah, so it is printing Dues Academy. So this is what we expected. So this was inbuilt function. Now we want to create our own custom function which accomplishes the same task, and we would be using the same prototype as you are seeing here: character pointer, two character pointers as parameter, and as return type there is character pointer. So we would be using the same prototype. So let us create a custom string copy function. So which returns pointer to the destination array, and let us name the custom string copy function as custom underscore strcpy. And the first pointer is the pointer to the destination array, so let us name it as char asterisk d, and the second pointer is pointer to the source string. Now here we have to write the logic of copying the source string to the destination array, right? So whichever string s is pointing to, that string has to copy to the array which d is pointing to. So for that, first of all, build our logic. So let us build our logic. So we have the source string, and let's say it is stored in a memory location like this, and let's take a small string for the sake of building a logic. Let's say the source string is this, and the terminating character is of course null character. Fine. And so this is the source string, and let's say this is the destination array in which we want to create a copy of it. So this is the destination array, and at the beginning we have an S pointer pointing to the first character of the source string and a D pointer pointing to the first location of the destination array. Now so the logic would go like this, that we'll have to copy the character pointed by S to the location where D is pointing to. So first of all, A would get copied to this location, and then both these pointers, one which is pointing to the source array would get incremented, and also this destination pointer would also get incremented. So D would start pointing to the second location, and S would also start pointing to the second character of the source string. Now again the same thing has to be repeated, that is copying the character pointed by S to the location where D is pointing to. So B would copy it to this location, and again D should be incremented, and S would also be incremented. Now again same, C would be copied to this location where D is pointing to, and S would get incremented and D would get incremented. So now we are done with copying all the characters from source string to the destination string, to the destination array, and the condition at which we would know that we are done with copying is when S points to the null character. At that point of time we would say that our copying has been done, and we would stop there, with one more thing, that wherever D is pointing to, we'll have to assign a null character there to terminate it correctly, right? So this is our logic, and here this copying of character and then increment of S and D are repetitive, so we would be using a loop to do this. And at the end we'll have to return address of this destination array to the caller. So at the beginning we are going to create a copy of D. So at the beginning D is pointing to the first character of the destination array, and S is pointing to the first character of the source string. So we want to keep a copy of this address which D is holding in a temporary variable. Why we are doing so is that we are going to modify D in this function, and at the end we want to return back to the caller the address of the first character of the destination array. So we are keeping a copy of it first, and then at the end we are going to return this temp variable to the caller. So that is our purpose, to create a copy of D. Now to implement the logic we would be using a while loop, because we have a repetitive logic, and we know that we are going to stop when S points to null character. Till S points to null character we would keep on doing this logic, that copying of character to the destination array and incrementing of S and D. So till S is not equals to null character, that is value pointed by S, so asterisk S is not equals to null character, we are going to be in this loop. And in this loop what we are going to do is we are going to copy to the location D whatever S is pointing to. That is, the character that is pointed by S is given by asterisk S, and this we are going to copy to the location where D is pointing to. So the value at the location where D is pointing to is assigned the value what S is pointing to, that is the character. Now we are going to increment both S and D. Fine. So this is it. These are the statements which should go into this loop, and this loop would end when this condition becomes false. That means when S points to null character, we would come out of this loop. At that point of time, D would point to this location. So D would point to this location, and there we'll have to assign a null character as well to terminate the destination array correctly. Right, so D would point to this location. When S is pointing to the null character in the source string, D would point to this location where at the beginning it would be a garbage value. Here we'll have to assign a null character. So after while loop, we are going to assign a null character to whichever location D is pointing to. And then we are going to return temp to the caller. So what is temp? Temp is containing the address of the first character of the destination array, and that is the reason that we created a copy of D before the starting of the loop. So D at the beginning of this function is pointing to the first character, and so we created a copy of it, and at the end we are returning back the value of temp, that is the pointer to the first character of the destination array, to the caller. Now before calling it, let us declare it before the main function, and we are not going to use the inbuilt library function. Instead we are going to use our custom function. So we replaced string copy library function with our own custom string copy function. Now let us see that whether it works fine or not. So let us run it. So it is built correctly, and also the output is correct. Dues Academy is printed. That means we have successfully implemented this custom function. Now we have used this while loop, and at the end we have to add this extra statement to terminate the destination array correctly. Now instead we could have used a do while loop and did a little bit of manipulation in this code to accomplish this same task of string copy without using this extra bit of logic. So this extra bit of logic is required only because when S points to this null character, D is pointing to this location, and we wanted to terminate this string correctly, so we had to copy this null character here. So one observation is that when S points to the null character, had we run this loop one more time, we could have accomplished this task of copying the null character to wherever D is pointing to, and then this extra bit of logic could have been avoided. So this is not a big deal, but for the beauty of programming, let us see another function in which instead of while loop we would be using a do while loop, and we would do a little bit of modifications in our this code to accomplish the same task without this extra bit of logic. So let us create a copy of it, replica of it, and let us name it as custom string copy underscore 1. And now we are going to use a do while loop instead of this. And as we said, that this extra bit of logic of copying assigning a null character would be removed, so let us remove this. So in do while, if you are comfortable using it, you might be knowing that the condition is checked at the end, right? And a little bit of more manipulation of this code is this, that the S should be incremented after the check is done. So we have used a post increment here, and after wherever S is pointing to, that value is compared with null character, then we are incrementing the value, the pointer S. So to know how this would work, so first of all let us use this function and check whether it is also working fine or not. So this is what the function using do while loop, and we have got rid of the extra statement, and now we'll have to check whether it works fine or not. So it is working perfectly fine. So it is printing Dues Academy. So what all changes that we did? We did 2 or 3 changes. One is that we removed this statement, so this extra bit of logic is removed, and then we used a do while loop where the condition is checked at the end, and also we have removed this s plus plus, that increment of the s pointer to here. So how this statement be executed is that as it is post incremented, first this condition would be checked and then the value of s would be incremented, that the address that s is pointing to, means the s's value would be incremented after this check is done, because this is post increment pointer. Now to know how this logic would work is, we'll have to see just just before uh, when this condition would become false, just before it, the scenario just before it. So the scenario just before it is like this. So let's say this is the source string and this is the destination array. This is source, this is destination. Now let us say there are several characters here, and this is the null character, and before that we have some character here, and again in destination array we have several locations, and say s is pointing to this location and d is pointing to this location. Now within this loop asterisk s is assigned to asterisk d. That means a would get assigned to this location, fine, and then d would get incremented. So in this loop we have d plus plus, so d would get incremented. So let us increment the d to the next location, and now the check would be done. So the check would be done with a value which s is pointing to. So s is currently pointing to, so the increment would occur later, but the condition would be checked first with the s's current value. So s's current value is that s contains the address of uh, contains the address of character a. So a is not equals to null, so the condition is still true. So the condition here asterisk s not equals to null is still true, fine. And after checking this condition we are incrementing the parameter, the value of s. So we are incrementing the value of s after checking the condition. So the checking, when we check the condition, it is pointing to a, and so a is not equals to null, so the condition is true, and then we are going to increment the pointer. So we would go to the next iteration because the conditions were still true. So we would go to the next iteration, and again this asterisk s would be assigned to asterisk d. So asterisk s would be assigned to asterisk d. Now asterisk s is nothing but this null character, so it would be assigned to whichever location d is pointing to. So after that d would get incremented. So null is copied to this location and d gets incremented to this location, and then this condition would be checked, asterisk s not equals to null. So asterisk s, the current value of s is the address of null pointer, and asterisk s not equals to null would become false and we would come out of this loop, and then we are going to return the temp, that is the first character's address. So as you might see that this do while loop without the extra bit of state code after the loop is able to accomplish the task of copying the null character even. So that extra statement that we used earlier is not required anymore. So this statement is not required anymore. This loop itself is able to accomplish the task. So hope you have understood this logic, both of this custom string copy functions, one using while loop, other is using do while loop, and we would keep on uh, looking at such programming problems again and again till we become masters at programming. So keep watching my videos and subscribe to my videos and like these videos to keep me motivated to keep adding such videos. Thank you. Thanks for watching.